Hey all, today I want to do a longer thought piece on child exploitation. This topic has been in the forefront of the media lately as more attention and knowledge are being brought to light about both the negative effects of children being put on social media as well as the legal ramifications. From a legal standpoint, many influencer and social media parents are getting into hot water due to child abuse and mistreatment. Think about the whole Ruby Frank case as well as the older Micah Stoffer situation, where husband and wife purposefully adopted a special needs child from China, only to place him into the American foster care system after making money off of and abusing him. If you want to know more about those issues, I've left a few links below. Even outside of actual law breaking, other social media parents are facing internet backlash from forcing their kids into uncomfortable, questionable, and even abusive situations, all for clicks, likes, views, and most importantly, social media money. Some examples of these are prank channels which showcase kids being mentally abused by things such as getting in trouble for no reason, a parent-engineered scenario, so to speak, or being forced to wear or act in a way they are uncomfortable with as a challenge or social experiment. There are also family blogging channels where oftentimes children are subjected to questionable circumstances for the sake of views. One example being the recent RV life videos popping up about children essentially sleeping in coffin-like shelves and crates under the bed in an RV with no privacy, while the parents often get a queen to king-size bed and their own personal space and room. No, this situation is not okay, even if it's for quote-unquote a few months, because it takes away the kids' privacy, boundaries, and rights. And clearly the parents even know this, as apparent by the fact these so-called adults never compromise on their own privacy and space. Think about that. If it was really okay, then everyone in the RV would be compromising on space and sleeping options, not just the kids. That's not even considering the mental damage the kids have to go through hearing their parents create their younger siblings, as oftentimes these RV lifers have numerous kids and always have a baby or one on the way. Yes, the children have to hear their parents being intimate, and no one really talks about that. This is not even to touch on the social isolation that comes with RV life, being essentially prevented from forming long-term social bonds or being a part of a community, as these parents constantly drive their children from place to place. And we have to be able to separate socialness from social needs being met here. Just because these kids can go up and talk to or make friends with anyone doesn't mean they are forming any real significant connections or lasting positive social effects. Effects associated with community assimilation and prolonged months to years of social exchange. That's why things such as areas in which people live as well as the schools they go to mean so much and are focused on in any behavioral or life outcome study in general. Other family blogging issues include parents oversharing the private moments of their kids, things such as bedroom setups, embarrassing mistakes or slip-ups, and even tough emotional scenes. This last one is particularly tricky because social media parents love to portray the whole "we don't show our kids negatively" or "we stop when they want us to" persona, when in reality, the worser ones purposely film tantrums for views, while the more selective ones choose to include moments that you as an individual can use your reasoning to tell that the kid would rather not have this posted, if not in the moment, then in the future. Think about the scenes where a kid is in a sick, injured, or a vulnerable position, and is still being filmed, or the also popular kid goes to the doctor, dentist, emergency room visits, both of which showcase the parents talking to the camera and focusing on explaining the situation, for views mind you, instead of actually attending to their children or child. Then there are the bathroom scenes, the bubble bath and teeth brushing routines, the daily routines, which are just predator fodder. And then there are even videos when you can tell the kid is not in the mood to be filmed, but the parents still films around the child saying that it's okay as long as the child is not the focus, but the child is still clearly on camera for views. These children cannot give consent as they are way too young to fully understand the situation and its long-lasting effects on their lives and futures. Things such as the stalking that goes along with being internet famous, the constant barrage of threats and negativity that comes with being online, and even the future implications from having a whole life and problematic family life put online. Viewers and fans often also disregard the fact that outside of not understanding consent, these exploited kids cannot even really say no or refuse. Their parents will always have the most power, so to speak, over them, and at the end of the day can force these children to be okay with being filmed, either through bribery, you'll get XYZ if you do this video, or through manipulation. If you want to do X, we have to film it. Or isn't it fun that you have this thing you wanted? That's because of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. A good example of this is the Stacey Dooley Saucony Jolie episode, where the parents of a popular vlogging channel are shown threatening and disregarding their kids, all in the name of social media fame and money. From the mom being more concerned with Instagram photos than making sure her kids are outside in the proper attire in winter, because coats make for a bad photo shoot. To both parents consistently telling the kids, who note multiple times throughout the Stacey Dooley piece that they hate and don't want to be on social media, they don't they like having nice things, and basically threatening the kids with all their comforts going away, the house they live in, the school they go to, etc., if they refuse to be on social media. Another example of this is the Belief in Fatherhood video, where a family vlogging YouTube father acknowledges exploiting his children for views and money, and then pretends to have a serious talk with his kids, still young children mind you, and incapable of giving consent or fully understanding the situation, about stopping social media if they really want to. Yet the talk mainly consists of placing guilt and burden on the kids by talking about the financial struggles the parents are facing from basically not showing said children online, because views drop whenever the kids aren't in videos, and subtly shaming the kids for not understanding that this is a job or a family obligation that they just have to do. He likens being on videos where thousands to millions of strangers know way too much information about the kids and the struggles they face with social media to a child doing household chores to help out the family, disregarding the fact that it is up to the adults to help support and provide for the family, not the kids whose only job is to be kids. Links to videos related to these moments are below. Please take some time to watch them after this video and come back and we can have an open, respectful discussion about it in the comments below. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. These parents fail to protect their children by opening up avenues for sexual predators, parasocial relationships, and just general abuse to happen. They are adults who fully understand the gravity of the situation and still choose to sacrifice their children. On top of the purposefully malicious parents, other social media parents fail to realize the psychological effects that their children may be going through. It is a natural phenomenon where kids seek to please their parents and can convince themselves they are okay with being filmed or in uncomfortable social media situations, or can even believe that their parents aren't doing anything wrong due to the positive attention and praise they get either directly or indirectly. Think about your own childhood and all the things you did or said, not because you 100% believed in it, but because you understood your family's situation or dynamic. Things such as eating vegetables to make your parents happy, or not asking for certain things in the store because you know your parents couldn't afford it. Kids, even young ones, are more intuitive than you think, and these kids you think may be enjoying being on camera or loving being social media icons may just understand that their parents are going to do this thing and they have little choice in the matter, so they just have to be on board with this. Especially if the parents express positive emotions and praise the kid whenever they are on social media. Oftentimes, even your favorite influencer, who you think is doing it respectively in regards to their kids, are not. It's all a constructed ruse. You see this when dirty laundry starts coming out from the so-called perfect family vloggers, be it arrested for child abuse, or having an sexual assault or predator in the family, or the revelation of being part of some crazy religious cult or Wiccan or witchcraft or lifestyle group, or even that they are divorced or separated and have been for a while but are keeping it a secret because it would affect the brand and their social media currency. The fact that most of you can probably call to mind bloggers exactly like the ones in these scenarios easily really speaks to the false construct and deception that is social media. Remember, they only show you what they want to show you, so maybe don't be so quick to jump to their defense about child exploitation and abuse. This brings me to one of my pet peeves with child exploitation and children on social media in general, and that is the whole defenders of the exploitation, or the fans, so to speak. The fans who love to say you only see X amount of their day, so stop assuming. Or you don't know these influencers personally, so stop saying all this negative stuff. While completely ignoring the fact that they themselves also see the same number of moments and know them just as well as us regular non-fanatic watchers, so they equally have no room to defend these influencers. Just because you like the influencer, feel some sort of parasocial closeness to that person or family, and want to continue watching the kids, does not mean that that social media influencer is a good person or is doing all the right steps to protect their kids' privacy online and in real life. It's laughable when you see people defending the quote-unquote better family bloggers while knowing almost everything about the family and the children. Family blogger XYZ doesn't do that with their kids because they're good parents who respect privacy. However, most fans watching knows the kids' favorite foods, all allergies, pastime activities, bath and bed routines, and what playground they regularly go to. It's also ironic that when situations of abuse, sexual assault, and child predators come up, these fans or fanatic viewers that defend family blogging online and kids on social media often go silent. Good parents do not put their kids online for the public at all. They understand that their children's images can be subjected to the depths of depravity that comes with being anonymous online. Good parents don't need to upload a public video to social media to preserve memories. They can just record family videos and keep them without putting them online. Good parents are able to make their income without being reliant on their children. There is just a lot more to say on this topic, but I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to leave it here and probably make a part 2 or more future videos about the different layers behind family blogging, putting children on social media, and the predatory nature of the whole social media situation. I just want to end this by saying that personally, it is just horrible that these social media children have to grow up with a camera shoved in their faces and seeing their parents through fake social media personas. And let's be real, no matter how authentic an influencer is, they always have some sort of social media persona that switches on and off with the camera. These kids often speak to the camera instead of to their parents, and most will wait until recording stats to do anything. I distinctly remember growing up and watching these social media kids talk to the audience and say things like, "I love you," to strangers they don't even know. I remember the kids doing more dangerous and foolish things on camera because it made for a good video, and the parents, who would normally not be okay with that, usually acting differently on camera, be it encouraging the kid or just not punishing them because they didn't want to seem like mean parents online. There's just so much about this subject that needs to be talked about, and I want to hear your thoughts and feelings in the comments. How do you feel about family blogging? What are some topics or points I've missed? Do you have any personal experience with family blogging, and how do you explain this child exploitation concept? Let's have an open, honest, and respectful discussion. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.